So first, I would introduce yourself.
Hello everyone, my name is Ervin Galaviz. Soy de Colorado Springs. I'm from Colorado Springs. Um, family roots are from Chihuahua, Mexico. Un pueblito, a little town called Rubio.
What do you do right now?
I mean, at the moment, I'm in the National Guard. Been in for 11 years. Where I met you, you know.
We made it in basic.
Yeah, met in basic training.
Fort Benning,
Georgia.
258 Bravo Company.
Yeah.
What was your mental thought process, bro, when you got on the bus and you're ready to go to basic?
Dang, I mean, are we talking basic or
basic
reception?
Okay, let's do reception.
Yeah, I mean reception in general. I mean, it was for me. I mean, going back from when I first enlisted, it was difficult because I just did it more than anything as a dare. I wanted to prove people wrong.
Oh shit! Oh, for you it was a dare.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I wanted to make sure people would believe in me that I was going to be able to do basic training. So I went and signed up. Found a recruiter, got in. My son's godfather, because no one would take me serious, was the one that put my appointment to the recruiter, and he pushed pushed it all up for me to get in the military. So after that, kind of took it a little bit more serious. I never thought I was going to go infantry, so my way would be being an MP, but my ASVAB said otherwise. That's changed.
Yeah.
I've taken the ASVAB, so I'm higher now, but back then, I mean, I was young, so it didn't count.
Yeah.
I mean, I was on the bus. I remember getting on the bus to go to Fort Benning from the airport, and I was talking to my wife. By that time, I had my wife, I had my daughter, 5 years old, and then my son, which was a year. And I was like, all right, at that point I was like, all right, I'm going to do it for them. We'll see what goes on. But once we got there, and then they're like, get off, and then showing us, and all the time that we had just to be quiet, sitting in that reception hall, that was like the hardest thing for me in basic training.
Yeah.
Like not like getting smoke, getting thrown around, or all our lockers all over the place after coming out from the range, wet. That wasn't hard. Like my hard was like sitting there for 2 weeks and just thinking, what have I done? What I mean?
Shark attack was the craziest for me. That's when I was like, because I was in football.
Yeah.
So I was used to doing drills and shit like that, but and it had already been 2 years I had graduated high school. So the shark attack was like, it's shark attack, right? I forgot what the hell that was called.
I mean, not no more, but yeah.
They don't. I heard that they don't do it no more.
No.
And then you were in what platoon?
Second platoon.
You were in second platoon. I was in third platoon. I was in the best platoon. Yeah.
We
were always.
I gotta give it to you on that one. Because
we were always, killing it and everything.
I mean, the guys in my platoon were great.
Yeah.
We had Davidson, Cook, and George.
Yeah.
I mean, those are real good friends of mine. I mean, you guys, other platoons we competed, but we were still, grew that bond.
Yeah.
I mean, look at you now.
Right. Coming
all the way to Colorado Springs to, be here.
For sure, man. And then after basic, you came back to Colorado?
Like I said, I mean, you come here, you do your drills. Here in Colorado, I've never had a normal drill year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's always been, we call them ATs, annual trainings, which you do 2 weeks. I mean, I've had 1 or 2, but besides that, it's months, JROTC was one of them, being in New York was another one. So I've had pretty long drills, besides, the traditional National Guard drill. But besides that, you have to have your own job.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back here, and my civilian job was construction. I've been in construction for so long, since I was 15, I was in concrete. So I went back to concrete and I did that. I mean, for another probably 3 years while I was in the military, going to drill and then coming back to my construction civilian life. And then I think around, after 3 years, I mean, one of my sergeants recommended me a place where he was working, where we, like I had said before, destroy munitions.
Oh, yeah.
Mortars, 4.2 with mustard agent from World War II, at a chemical depot up in Pueblo. So we destroyed that. So I did that for 5 years till we this year finished our stockpile. Or last year was our official date of finishing the stockpile of mustard agent rounds in Colorado. So we finished that, and right now I'm just waiting. I mean, living a life a little bit at a time, and just waiting. I mean, my next step that I want right now is going into recruiting through the National Guard. So I'm just waiting for my orders to kick in on that. But I mean, whatever pops up, I try to do my construction company as well on the side.
Yeah.
You know, whatever pops out.
And what is something you always wanted to do since you were a kid? What was like your dream?
I mean, my main thing for me was acting.
Acting.
I mean, I've talked to you about it a lot of times. You know, I've always wanted to do that. You know, I've always wanted to do drama and, you know, do all the acting. Unfortunately, you know, for me, it got cut a little bit short when, you know, I mean, not unfortunately, because I got a daughter. I had my daughter at 15 or 16. So I got that gift. So I became a father at a young age and couldn't do my dreams. So my career's changed a little bit, and I had to step up and be a father first. So, I mean, the good thing is, like, how I told you before, she wants to be an actor. So at least she can follow my dream.
That's cool. Well, I mean, both of you could actually, you know, still pursue that because, like I was telling you earlier, Thicker Than Blood, which is a spin-off of Blood In, Blood Out. I'm gonna be doing casting, and I like putting all my veteran friends, my buddies, no acting experience. I put them in films, and they do a great job. Like my friend Richie, he didn't want to be in front of the screen, but I forced him because I needed an extra. He killed it. So, man, if acting is a dream you had, I would love to put you on the screen, man.
I would love to be
Straight
there,
up.
man. Like I said, I mean, whatever you need help in, I will be there. And, you know, if I kill it, I kill it. You know, if I get recognized, then we'll go up in fame together and continue doing.
Right now, I can't fly your first class, but eventually we'll get there.
Yeah, no, we'll get there together. And like I said, yeah, I mean, if that's something that can happen, I mean, I would love to do that, you know.
I want to do a appreciation comment right now that you're always supporting me on social media, on Facebook, on Instagram. You're always saying congratulations to me, always happy for me, proud of me. That shows your loyalty, and that shows how you have a big heart for your friends. Because a lot of people, when they see their friends being successful and they see their friends, you know, doing good, they start getting envy. They get envious towards them. You're not like that. You have a very clean heart. Where does that come from, you being like that?
I mean, being the good friend, I mean, my dad. My dad was great. And I mean, he was a great person. I mean, I lost my dad when I was 8 years old, but
I'm sorry for that.
No, I mean, it happens, but it's the way of life. God, you know, he wanted it that way. But those 8 years I had him in my life, he showed me something, you know what I mean? I remember in his funeral, or even before, you know, him dying, every weekend he would do something, a cookout. And I remember we would go to King Supers, you know, or supermarket, and we would go get stuff to do this cookout, and he would see someone on the street, you know, with his family or anything, and he'd be like, hey, here's my address, come to the cookout. So strangers coming to our house and having this cookout, and then becoming great friends, you know, him opening the door to friends in need, because when, you know, he went through the same thing when he came over from Mexico.
Right.
You know, his friend opened his door when all his family members closed the door and they had nowhere to live. My mom was pregnant with me, and one of his coworkers opened his door and ended up sponsoring us for our, you know, apartment.
Wow.
And, you know, after that, and then I was born.
Right.
At this point, I mean, nowadays, you know, that person is my godfather. But he, you know, paid it forward without asking for anything, and then in his funeral, that's something that stuck out to me. Like, there was people we didn't know, and to this day and age, me being in the construction field, my dad was in concrete, so that's why I followed it for the longest time. I met a lot of people that worked with him that was like, oh, you're his son? Like, you know, talk so good about him, you know, just, oh, he was always there, you know. So that's why the legacy I try to put.
There you go, the legacy. Right, and you know, me, that I'm currently doing this road trip, I'm going to all 50 states. I like that you hit me up and you invited me to your home. You opened your doors to me. You gave me a room to stay. You know, it shows, now that you explained that, it shows where it comes from. I'm very grateful for you for doing that. Now, how many kids do you have?
2.
Oh, 2. So what is something you want them to be, or are you letting them choose their own path? You know, because sometimes parents, they do, like, for example, you did military. Sometimes parents push that onto their kids, or are you just waiting for them to find their own path?
One thing I probably won't. I tell my kids, I mean, the military is not the greatest way. I mean, they've opened doors for me, but it's something that I wouldn't want on my kids. Being where I've been. You know what I mean? I try to help them be successful and get to a place, like talk to them about business, talk to them about anything they can be. Like, I'm not gonna push them. Like, my daughter says, she wants to act, okay, and then she has her backup plans. Great, but go for something. More than pushing them to a career or a field, what I show them and what I want them to strive for is dedication.
Okay, right.
If you're gonna go for something, do it 100%. Don't do it. You fail. Okay, that's it. Get up and try again if that's what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'll be there to support. From when they wanted to start their first bounce house company. It started as just buying bounce houses for our events. Now they have over 10.
And your kids are how old?
So my daughter's 14. She'll be 15 next year in September. And my son just turned 10 here in November.
And 14 and 10, and they are owners of their company,
Yes.
of a bounce house.
That was a progress. I mean, still is.
Yeah.
I mean, mom and dad are the ones breaking their backs for sure.
Right.
So, like I said earlier, we bought 2 bounce castles. We started with 1 because we always rented bounce castles.
Mm-hmm.
Every time, rented bounce castles for their events, and I was like, found one on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah.
Greatest place ever.
Yeah.
Bought that one, and then we're like, all right, let's rent it out just to make our money back.
Mm-hmm.
So we got rented, made our money back. Then we got another one because we're like, all right, it's a pink color. Let's buy one for our son, so he doesn't have a pink one for his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Pink and purple one, and we did the same thing. It was a cheap bounce house, little castle, and bought that, rented it out. And we're like, all right, like, I put it on Facebook Marketplace. Nothing much, just put it on Facebook. But then I started getting rentals, and I was like,
wow.
all right. So then I was like, all right. I told my kids, I was like, how about we start a company? We show you guys how it is. I'm not gonna push more of it. I want you guys to start this company. I want you guys to tell me, like, Dad, let's do a Facebook page. Let's do cards.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'll help you with my experience. 'Cause
Right.
I know you guys can't do it.
Right.
But you guys guide me into what you guys want. So, I mean, we registered it through the state. We opened a bank account. We did their cards. One of their ideas, I mean, I kind of brought it up and they thought it was a great idea, was a punch card system.
Oh, okay, yeah.
5 times from us, we give you one free. Offered it to their schools, church locations. It was 2 bounce castles.
Mm-hmm.
Then they're like, we need more. We're renting these castles like crazy. So we're like, we need an obstacle course because that's what we would like to rent.
Oh, okay, wow.
I didn't have the money at that time, so I ended up investing into a obstacle course.
Mm-hmm.
But since I started this company, I said every penny I put into it is not going to be a gift. Even when I bought those bounce castles, when I bought those bounce castles and they rented, they paid me every single dime. I was like, I'm going to invest, but you have to pay me every single dime back, and then you can start spending money. So they didn't spend money till the first year after they bought the bounce castles, and then they bought the obstacle course. Then from there, it blew up enough to where they had enough funds to buy anything straight out,
Right.
Our kind of thing that we have set for them is from any rental, they get $25
Okay.
each to go spend it if they want a toy, if they want to save it, whatever, clothes. They get to spend it and put it aside, and then the rest gets split up and goes to savings accounts.
Right.
For whatever, I mean, more bounce castles, or I mean, what we want is college.
That's really great that you're starting this at a very young age with them, because a lot of younger folks, like the newer generation, they don't know anything about money management.
Oh yeah.
So it's really great that you're starting them off that young. You see, I would have never even thought of that. Like, I have a stepdaughter, and I've taught her a lot of things, but I never that idea of starting a business with her at her age never came to mind. So that's a really brilliant idea that you have.
Thanks.
Now you've been married for how long?
Been married. Hope she doesn't see this one. No, I'm just kidding. Since 2013, we've been married.
Right.
Together since 2010. We started dating in August of 2010.
That's awesome. What's the secret? Well, what's
It's like
been
you said, happy wife, happy life. No, communication, man.
communication? Okay.
I guess, I mean, our biggest thing that we've learned throughout our time, I mean, and we're still learning, is communication, being together, understanding each other's needs. I mean, my greatest example I like to give to, younger couples that, ask us, oh, you guys been so long since you guys were in high school. How you guys do it? I mean, you hit bumps along the way, but I always like to see it like how they say it, you text, you're dating someone and you text them, you're my everything, you're my best friend, my lover, and the love of my life. Use that as a guidance. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Best friends. It means something. Best friends tell each other everything. So
Right.
There's no secrets between you guys. Like that's what best friends mean in those three scenarios. I mean, my everything, my love, the love of my life. I mean, it's your husband and your wife. I mean, you guys are a team. You guys are together to tackle. I mean, raising kids and working together, building a future, buying your house, buying your car, like that. It's a teamwork. You guys are. That's what marriage is.
There you go.
And the part of lover is like, don't be afraid. To have each other's needs. Treat each other like, it's the side piece. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even though I mean not.
I get you.
Yeah. Treat them like, use that affection. Have that open, like not open relationship, but open life and pleasing each other. Spicing things up between each other, but keeping that spark alive.
Right. So what do you think is the biggest problem on relationships now in this generation? And why aren't people finding real love, finding what you have? What do you think is one big problem?
I mean, most things is because everyone says it. I mean, social media. Reason why, because everyone wants what they see on social media. You know what I mean? Everyone puts everything on social media, and the next person's like, I want that relationship.
Right.
I mean, I rarely post my wife either on Facebook, but, she does. She'll post pictures here and there or of herself or with the kids. I rarely do that because I'm like, I don't need to let anyone know what I have, you know what I mean? Because my focus is at home.
Right.
My focus is with my kids and my wife. So I think social media, a lot of people put these relationships in these fake relationships or fake fantasies that other people want.
Exactly.
Now you have these other, men and husband and wife, like, why aren't you like this? Why aren't you like this? When you have to accept your partner for who they are.
Right. It's like the way I explained it once is they see a blueprint and then they look at their blueprint and they don't match. You would understand that from construction. Yep. They're grabbing the social media blueprint and their actual blueprint, putting it, and it's like, oh, it's not matching. Something's wrong.
Yeah, and then you're lost because everyone's different. Every blueprint is going to be different, and it's based on how you want to continue this, how you want to take it on life.
Right. So knowing that it's social media, do you suggest to tell the younger generation in relationships? Is that your advice to them? Like, keep your relationship off social media? Because what do you think about when women? Because most of the time it's women who say, if you don't post her, it's not real. What do you think about that statement?
I mean, no. I mean, you're posting.
Because there's women that get offended when they're not being posted.
Yeah, I mean, I just see you're posting for other people to see.
Right.
You're posting for other men. I mean, like I always tell my wife, I mean, us men, as men, we're pigs.
Right.
We're disgusting, and we have.
They're pigs.
No. I mean, I'm a married man. No, but no, just that mindset. I mean, it's just natural,
Yeah.
So especially someone that's single or stuff like that. So you post this person, and you tag them. It's like, oh, send a friend request. I mean, as much as you don't want to, that person sees that affection, and that's where, not hitting those 3 topics I told earlier can affect. Because if you're not giving your spouse or your partner that time and affection and attention, and someone sent that friend request that they're like, I'm not gonna delete or whatever, I just always ignore them, because that's what mostly, you look at someone's social media, have like 20 friend requests that are like, oh, they're just there. I mean, at the end of the day, they're a backup plan, because if you're not getting affection and someone that's sending you a message and starts giving you that attention, that's where you want. That's where they talk about the likes. So why am I gonna post someone where it's like, oh yeah, she looks good, boom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's send a friend request.
You're basically giving her away.
Yeah, putting it up for like a market.
Right.
And, so I mean, yeah, you can post, like, there's times I post, and like I tell my wife, like, there's times I post pictures with us, with me and my wife and my kids, but I don't like to just post. I'd rather post, oh, we came here to eat something, than putting us in the market. I mean, no one else needs to know how we are.
Right.
Besides us.
Right. Nice. So, also, you mentioned earlier that you used to do bull riding.
Yes.
How did you get into that, and why did you stop doing bull riding?
I mean, easiest reason,
which is a very dangerous sport, by the way.
Yeah. It all started with, like I was talking to you earlier, the movie 8 Seconds, Lake Frost. Me and my brother, my older brother, he's the one that started looking at it. He's like, oh, look. And then he ended up finding information about bull riding. We saw like 8 Seconds, Lake Frost, my favorite movie. And then we're like, oh, this looks cool, And then my brother's like, oh, there's schools about it. So we started researching. My brother bought his gear. He went a couple times, and he's like, dude, it's awesome. He's like, I suck at it. I'm too big, because my brother's like almost 6 feet or 6 something. And he's like, I suck at it, but it's cool, So I was like, huh. So I started buying my equipment, and I talked to my wife, and I was like, oh, I want to try it. So yeah, we went to do some bull riding. We would go with this guy in Tough, and we would go bull riding in his pen. He has bucking bulls, and you'll pay to bull ride. You'd pay like a fee, like every Monday I think we would go, and you would ride. So you would practice, and his bulls would practice for when a rodeo came. And you'll do that at night, So we would have fun, and I remember I went with my brother a couple of times. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do it next. So I bought it, tried to get on a bull. I'm like, it's my first time. It took like more than 8 seconds to get out of the chute.
Yeah.
But I ended up calling it, I called them to open the chute, started bucking. I mean, it was an easy buck,
Yeah.
I mean, it was just galloping around. I mean, it wasn't bad, but I still fell.
Right.
Then I was like, all right, I want to do it. I want to
the adrenaline.
Keep going, yeah. So I got on another one, and then I got on another one, and then we went back next Monday. I was like, all right, like I just kept trying to do it and holding, and then he's like, yeah, he's like, you're pretty good, dude. Like, try this bull, and I kept getting better bulls, and I loved it. He's like, all right, let's do it.
Oh, so like every bull is different.
Yeah. So
oh, okay.
Like from the first bull I got, I mean, I could even show you a video earlier. It's literally like my dog leaping in the grass.
Oh, okay.
Like small, like.
So there's more aggressive bulls.
Yeah, and they'll put beginners, kids, as long as
kids do it too.
I mean, kids. Yeah, there's schools that do it, but
wow.
I mean, their kids could go if your parents allow.
Right.
If your mom goes and signs the waiver, like, yeah, he wants to try it.
Right.
He has bulls for anyone. And we would do this, and I mean, it was fun. I would come out so hurt all the time.
Yeah.
Just sore, from the bucking. So before going to basic, I was like, I gotta get on one more bull before I can't go.
Right.
So I get on one, dude, and I mean, that was my last ride because it tore me.
Hey, the last ride.
Yeah, it was a nice ride till it dropped me and tried to, because I landed right at the gate where they opened the gate for it to go out to the corral. So all that bull wanted was to get out.
Right.
And I was in his way.
Right.
So he moved me out of his way, and he showed me, like, you stay in the corner, because he piled.
So that's where your accident happened, where that was the end.
Yeah, that was my last ride I've ever gotten on a bull.
Wow.
Because after that, I mean, I recuperated for a bit. Like, I mean, nothing broken, which is a good thing. But, I mean, it was a lot of, my back started hurting, my legs started hurting. I remember that day, I mean, I couldn't even breathe. It knocked the wind out of me.
Wow.
But I remember I got up, everyone, like, once that bull came, they took him out, everyone jumped in and tried to grab me. I'm like, take everything off. Like, so they took everything off, and then I was like, all right, I was good. They didn't let me ride again because I was going to ride again. But after that, I joined the military and I asked. I mean, I made the mistake of asking. And they're like, if you get on a bull, you're going to be in trouble. And I'm like, dang it.
Yeah.
So that just stuck with me. I mean, my career, like, I'm one of those people that I like to give it my all. Same thing I want to give my kids, I want to give it my all. So I was like, all right, it's not the right thing. If I get hurt, I'm going to get in trouble. So I never went again. I mean, I still have my gear, like I showed you earlier. Hanging there just to remember those good times.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I could still do it again.
One last ride.
But it'll probably be one last ride because the older you get, the longer it takes for you to heal.
Now, if your kids would want to do bull riding, would you let them, or is that like nah?
Man, my son does. My son wants to.
Okay.
I mean, he sees my video and he's like, my daughter's more into rodeo queen and she wants to do all that, rodeo queen stuff and princess and riding on the horses, dancing horses, which she wants to go into that here soon. I mean, she's around the age. My son, he wants to bull ride, and he tells me all the time, Dad, let me get gear. Let me start on sheep because you can do the mutton busting, as we call it, at rodeos. Let me go start with the sheep, and then we'll go with the bull. And,
with the sheep.
Little bull, and we'll go like that. And dude, when he tells me that, I'm like, yeah, man, like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So, same with boxing. He's like, Dad, let's get boxing. I'm like, do it, man. Let's go. As a dad, I'm like, yeah. These are cool sports,
Right.
Let's do something together. But then you start, also as a dad, once, that adrenaline kicks, comes down, you start thinking.
Right.
What happens if something happens to my kid and I put them in that position?
Right.
So it's
right.
It's yay or nay. I mean, I will support him if that's what he wants to do and he wants to give it all his best on doing. But I would recommend him, like, I'll give him the warnings, like, hey, I mean, I've seen, what it can do. It can be worse. So it depends on what his mom says no, but we'll see what he wants.
Right. All right. Well, I got one final question for you. What is something that you want to accomplish by the age of 35?
35.
It must happen. It has to happen. No questions asked.
It gets difficult, that question, because you right away think about materialistic things, You think, oh, I want, to build my house. I want my dream house. You know what I mean? But it's just something materialistic, so, I mean...
Well, let's do both. Let's do a materialistic thing and then a life thing.
I mean, materialistic thing would be, like I said, build my dream... dream house, I would say, like, I want a barn dough. I want it on my property, I have my property and everything, but I want to complete my house, acreage, my horses, so that's what I want.
Has to be done by 35.
Yeah, I mean, we're
no later.
In progress. I mean, yeah, we're in the progress as now. I mean, we have our property. At the moment, it's just starting to do the construction phase.
I believe in you, man. You show a lot that you, like you said, what you want for your kids. You have determination in yourself as well.
Yeah.
So. And what about life thing?
Life thing.
Where do you want to be in life by 35, and it has to be 35.
By 35, I mean, if it's not acting in Hollywood, no. I mean, like I said, opportunities come and go.
Yeah.
Like you said, the opportunity of you showing up, I always think of signs, I'm a huge believer in, things happen for a reason. So, you being here and, us talking about, films, I mean, if that can go a way where I'm like, okay, let's do this,
Oh, yeah.
Giving I mean, that's where I would like to be,
Okay.
In films and, living my dream, and then, with my daughter as well, doing the same thing. I mean, if we think of, if we're like, hey, something doesn't work, I mean, just making sure by 35, I just want to be at a point where I'm like, my company's good, my kids' company's good, and we're growing another business. I'm a businessman.
Yeah.
So I want more than one business, so, I mean, buying more business is trying to spanned out to a point where, I don't have to work, give most of the time to my kids. Same with my wife, hers not having to be at work and just being here and attending the kids. And that's pretty much it.
Nice. Well, I really hope that all your dreams come true, man. And like we spoke about earlier, I am very interested in bringing you along into the film world with me. As I grow, I would love to grow with you as well. How did it feel seeing your name on the end credits of my film?
That was awesome. I mean, yeah, to see that, I mean, like you said, I've told you since day one, I'm one of your biggest fans. I'm one of your number one fans. I've always told you that. You guys can look on all of his videos or comments. You'll see me posting, and not just because I want to. I'm not doing it just because I want to be there or just because I see that you're growing. It's because like you said, we saw like earlier we were seeing our picture from basic training.
Right.
It was like, dang, time has grown. Time has flying by, and we have grown a lot.
Right. I got wrinkles in now.
Yeah. Me too. No. So I see all that, and I see you, growing. I mean, from you, like you said, being in the military, active duty, being all over the place, now coming out, and I mean, you could have done the same thing, you could have gone back to your hometown and continued to just maybe be in construction, maybe do something else, go to school and have a normal life and normal job, but you decided to go for it and do something not other people will do, shoot your shot, and you're kicking ass on it. So seeing you like do all this, and then one of my buddies film, seeing my name, and it's like, oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah,
it feels good.
Yeah,
it feels good because I could, like, the first thing I did is show my kids. So my kids are like, Dad,
yeah,
because everything's social media,
right.
Everything's influencers now. So when they see that, they're like, oh, Dad, you're famous, like, how can I do that? You know what I mean? So it brings a sparkle in that. So, I mean, it was cool.
That's awesome.
It was a bonus. It was some dad credits there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's great.
Hell yeah, man. Well, I'm really glad that we met in basic training, class of 2017. And that concludes our video.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for checking out Rod's World Production podcast, 50 States podcast.